more figurative. Like, my bad, dog. I had to think for a little bit, but yeah, like, yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, hello. It's Mezitate. I'm just here to talk about a little topic, just write a little bit of something off the dome. Still feeling around in my content to see exactly what feels the best for me. Right now, as you can see, I'm on the couch right now. I wanted to have more of like a relaxed vibe. I'm just gonna spit some things that I've been seeing in the world. Today, I just wanted to talk about creation, how to help yourself in creating, the importance of it, what I've seen in my life. I feel like creation I feel like creation is just is essential as a human being, honestly. Because as humans, we're the only species that can create at this level and think of something and make it into something. Because everything around you it was an idea before it was that thing. My little lobster right here, my nigga Larry, yeah, my little Larry the lobster right here. Somebody thought about, yo, I'm make a company and I'm going to make stuffed animals. That's how this motherfucker got here. Even the word lobster, motherfuckers made the words of lobster. I wouldn't ever call this if someone didn't make up the word for lobster. But the reason I say all that is because it shows that's our superpower. You like it's a good perspective to look at things. We look at us as humans at its perspective as an animal, a creature, or something. It lets you see, okay, we are something special. Like you look at all the birds and all and everything around us, we're on a different level to them. What do we have that they don't have? We have creation. That's one of the things we have. But basically, what I'm trying to say is like we need to play at our strengths, and by doing that, that helps you become like the better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. Play to your strengths, develop your weaknesses a little bit more, and you're basically winning at that point. So, what I've learned about creation is, for example, I dabble in a few arts, but my main art is music, or rapping or singing. Creation, it really helps you to externalize what is going on internally, like spiritually. I like to take a spiritual approach to creation because me personally, I'm very much for the constant improvement of yourself. And I feel like if you can align your spiritual, like everything that you stand for, with whatever you're doing, creatively wise, then you're every single time you sit down to create, even when you're not creating, you're improving. You're improving your spiritual health and you're improving your creation, your craft, whatever you have. That could be painting, that could be singing, that could be like driving. Maybe you're a NASCAR driver. Maybe you just like driving. Period. It's all a spiritual journey. Creation is a spiritual journey, because you create. That's how artists are able to bring in such complex content topics in their songs and make it into something that sounds good to the ear. That's them going through the journey of, okay, like for example, like a movie. At the beginning of a movie, a character might have been not as developed, but through the scenes and everything that went on in the movie, like maybe they met somebody that told them something about themselves. They didn't even look at it like that, and they changed ever from that point. the music that you listen to that someone created, the way that it's structured, it has a level of, like improvement through the way. So like we like things as humans, we like things that have continuity, we like things that make sense when they're put together. You're listening to a story of when you listen to a song. It flows right and everything. That is immediately, it represents what's in your your spiritual health. It's whatever spiritual journey you went through in creating that song, no matter how big or how small it was. And I feel like if you want to get the best that you can be at creating something, you should look back at how it relates to you spiritually. And I feel like I'm probably going to make a video about this. What I've figured out what spiritual means to me. But that's what you need to figure out so that you're able to tap into that. But tap into that energy, that level of understanding of your creation, whatever art that you're making, whatever in life. Because art, literally everything is music, art, whatever you want to call it. It's just a form of art. Life is a form of art. Walking is a form of art. Art is creation. Spiritually, it all coincides with in the same box as each other. Like the entire world is inside of one box. 1 second. Now, I think that I've wrapped that up to like basically to our next point is, I'll say what I've done. The way I've looked at it, I basically opened my mind up to a point where I'm so comfortable with just saying whatever is happening to me in my life, and I've turned that into art, and I turned it into a game of how to say what's on your head, like deep inside your head, and be able to turn it into an art form or something that sounds good. Or maybe you like, for example, in music, you could have a complex topic or concept that happened, and you dumb it down. Not to use the word dumb, I don't mean that in a negative connotation, but like make it smaller so that it's more understandable and more applicable to other situations. For example, let's say that you're talking about your love life. You might want to let's say, okay, love is like figuring out how to love yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love someone else. Another way for that is you have to pick up the paintbrush before you can paint your target. You can't paint the target without having the paintbrush in your hand. The paintbrush being the love for yourself, and the target being the love for another person, for another person to love you back and everything. That would be took me a little bit to get it out, but yes, that's what I was trying to say. For you to, it gets to a point where you're able to do things like that, and it gets fun. Like the more you do it, it's hard at the beginning for you to turn these topics, these concepts into like figurative things like that, but it turns into a skill, a talent. Like it's something you can develop more and more and more from doing it, but it takes baby steps. That's what I see. That's what I've seen in my journey of figuring out how to put myself creatively out into as many facets as possible. Cause I don't just do music. I do other things. Like just like I said, life. Like I just feel like I've lived life, and looked at it in that perspective for a good bit, and I've seen those things. I've seen those patterns, and I've been, like, for example, like I've learned how to use the same exact principles from me, like singing, into rapping, into drawing sometimes, into piano, into just learning things as well. Like it all is all the same stuff. It's spiritually. I feel like if you're able to put whatever you feel spiritually into what you want to create, you can get whatever you want in this world. That's where manifestation comes in. I think we're gonna wrap it up with saying, like, the reason I made this channel, I wanted to have a outlet to show people with the wonders of going deep into your subconscious and opening up and seeing what makes yourself tick and seeing the benefits of doing so and the ways and that where you can use that information that you've gotten from yourself and the world around you and using it to help yourself out. So that's why I feel like creation is such a big thing in our society nowadays, especially with the invention of the internet. People creating content on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Not as much Snapchat. People just be putting videos up there from TikTok and Instagram, but stuff like that. Like, people make so much content nowadays, and I feel like people either don't know how to make their own content and they copy other people, or they don't feel like they're able to, and so they just look at the content, or they like, okay, I can make content, but they're like don't know how to make the content that they feel is going to get the outcome that they're going to get. And it all comes in spiritually. I feel like if we all were to like look more spiritually into ourselves, that would make us all way more happier and be able to get what you want in this world. But yeah, I think that about sums it up. There's still a lot more I want to speak about. That's gonna be the first video about creation. Basically, I just want everyone to remember, like, take baby steps. Also, my advice for this video, I just want people to create more and to connect spiritually. But don't just watch one video of mine and just do. I want you to look at other things and figure things out from a culmination of the information you see and the information you get from the inside of yourself. But yes, thank you for watching. It's been Mezitate. I got more videos like this coming in the future. Thanks, man. I'm out.